Namaste to all. This is FM 89.6 megahertz radio Anly jahan sitare mile. Right now we have a guest from
Telangana, Hyderabad.
Welcome you to sir, our small radio station Anly. So first of all, your introductions to our listener.
Namaste. I am Banu from Hyderabad, Telangana, down south region. This is my first time coming to Anly, but the first ride I did to Leh and Ladakh is in 2017. I have covered last time only Leh, Ladakh and Pangong, but this time I have decided to cover Anly, the astronomy center and the world's most highest motorable road, Umlingla, which I successfully did with my wife. So this is something about me. So let's go forward and let know more details about the culture and the diversity of this place.
Okay, thank you so much for the beautiful introductions. So this was your first time in your Anly. So how was your experience, and before you coming to the Anly, how was your expectations towards Anly?
Yes, Anly was really special because as the last time I have restricted myself only to the Pangong, so not so expecting from Anly because I couldn't know much about it. But this time when I planned to an Umlingla trip, I made sure that I come here and I come to the astronomical observatory and then go towards Umlingla and spend good 2 days in Anly, then cover the places around it. So this time what I did is I did Anly as my base camp. Then I started covering all places around it. The much interesting part is that the wildlife, the culture, the most important thing, the people, their love, their culture, their diversity, their courteousness, and especially my favorite food is being very, very fantastic. I've been pretty early to the season, but still I have got very good warmth and very good customer service for whichever the place I've been staying. And I would love to come back again and again. And next time when I'm coming here, my son would be 16 and my daughter will be 10 years. And I make sure and I'm promising that this time I'm bringing my both the children and I'm making them to experience whatever I have experienced this time.
Okay, and you have also done a podcast earlier.
Yes.
So can you please share the experience about, so we can get more tips about how can we connect with the people?
Yes, as good as Anly people, Leh Ladakhi people, how much they love their culture. Even I love my native language Telugu equally so much. So I do a podcast about the stories around me and my life with a podcast name called Telugu Sanchari, which is available in all audio platforms which you can listen, in which it discuss about not just about myself but the culture, the food and my travel experiences which I share on that platform.
In Ladakhi, we normally say Jule.
Yes.
Can you please share Telugu, what is the word?
Yeah. In Telugu, you can, when you meet the person for the first time, you actually say Namaste.
Namaste. It's like same like Hindi.
Yes, Namaste.
Okay. So, can you just share me what are the beautiful things that you have experienced, especially in Anly? Did you saw any wildlife animals?
Yes. While coming from Pangong, so I've seen multiple varieties of ducks on the small ponds which are all through the roads, and I've seen a black-necked crane which I was so fortunate about, and I've seen grazing horses, and I was so fortunate to record where grazing horses were running, and which is an absolutely and fantastic view to watch. And while after reaching Anly, I'm so fortunate to see the flora and fauna around the place. And when I was going to Umlingla, I saw a small mammoth, which is like a small squirrel around this place, and which is a very endangered species. And I feel so fortunate to see that over here. And as soon as I reached Umlingla, and I've seen so many birds around, and which is so surprising to see. With your common eyesight, you can see China over the place. And I surprisingly came to know that the horses and the grazing animals, the goats or sheep, they, according to the season, they travel between China and India, which normally people don't do. In fact, the animals are so fortunate to experience both the countries without any visa.
Okay. So at the daytime you explored lots of things. So in the nighttime, did you saw any star, any galaxy, or did you get any more informations about the star? Because Alne is more famous for the star
Yes, this
or
is one other
stargazing.
point which I would like to stress upon, and I encourage people to come to Anle to experience stargazing, to know how beautiful is the astronomy around here. With a common human eye, you can observe the Milky Way galaxy without any stress. Just come out of your room, sit midnight outside, and look into the sky and experience the galaxy around you. What I did over here is, as soon as I reached in the evening, I went to a stargazing small kind of a setup where there are multiple binoculars or multiple setup which is done where I could experience one of the biggest stars which we can see is a Sirius star, and there is a Herculean group of stars which I have seen, and I've seen a wonderful and a beautiful close up of a moon which I actually loved it so much, because the reason for loving the moon is because my wife's name is Indu, and which also defines to the name of the moon.
Okay. So, so any last message to our listener who doesn't visit to Ali or maybe in Ladakh?
Yes, as you have been traveling all over, you might be a frequent travel all over the world or wherever you are. If you are an Indian, next make sure that the first place you are visiting or traveling or going to experience is the Leh and Ladakh region and the wonderful places around, which are like Pangong, which are like Nubra, which are like Umlingla, which are like Anle. Experience the culture of the people, experience the diversity of the place, experience the flora and the fauna and the animals around the place. If you are a true Indian, first experience your country. And one more thing I would like to add over here is, as I been here after a decade, probably I came first time in 2017, and now coming in 2026, I've seen a lot of difference, which the damage which has been caused by the global warming. I wish you all consider that to keep this place more beautiful, more engaging, and more tourist friendly, and make this people live in the serene divinity and happily. Make sure that you yourself are not causing or being the reason for any kind of a global warming. Try to decrease whatever the way you can and make this place live long for us, for our generations, and for our coming over generations again and again. This would be my small message. A heart and dear lover of the Leh Ladakhi culture and all the places around that.
Thank you so much for your deep message. It was so heart touching because environment is the one thing that we can connect it, and nowadays lots of changing. And,
Yes.
But if you being a local or being a eco-friendly tourism is more important. I hope so. All the listener all over the India, they have do a better with the from the little effort they can change their life. So at last, this is our tagline, Jahan Sitare Mile. We will say it by together.
Jahan
Jahan
Sitare
Sitare
Mile.
Jile.
Thank you so much. Namaste. Jule.